Hello everybody, I think now I am probably streaming. I believe I am. If I'm not, then none of you will hear this, so that won't matter. Ah dear, I tell you what, I must admit, since I was given the opportunity to start streaming by I better put my phone on Do Not Disturb. If you're going to live stream, whatever you do, make sure you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, okay? Just in case somebody rings you. Yeah, when I was given the opportunity to start live streaming by LinkedIn, I thought to myself, wowzers, right, okay, let's do this. Now, I've done stand-up comedy, and to be honest with you, I thought that was one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done. The first time. And like this, when I started streaming the first time, I started investigating different pieces of software and stuff like that, and what I needed to use to do it. And I came across OBS, which I'm using here, which gives me the ability to add fancy things like this. And I started learning how to do it. And that's what you need to do. You need to just start learning how to use these things and start embracing them. Now, I'm going to excuse myself a second. I'm going to minimize myself because I can see myself over there, and that is very distracting. So, yes, so here I am. And this is going to be a kind of regular Tuesday and Thursday thing. Which I'm going to do it at lunchtimes, so you can grab a cup of coffee, grab a sandwich, whatever, sit back and learn more about using video to improve your marketing and basically to get yourself out there, get yourself seen. And today's broadcast is quite simply going to be about the equipment that you need. I find it amazing how complicated some people can make things for themselves, when at the end of the day it doesn't have to be complicated. I was on LinkedIn earlier and I was scrolling down, and the LinkedIn Learning was promoting video workshops and stuff like this. It wasn't how to make video, it was actually how to use video on LinkedIn, going live, etc., stuff like that. And I looked at the picture and I thought, I've got to screen grab that to show you how complicated they made this look. Okay, so this was the screen grab that I took, and they've got photographic lighting. They've got a auto cue behind the camera here. She's using her phone, which is great and fine and excellent, which is what I'm going to talk about. But at the end of the day, this just looks far too complicated. She's got all these lights. Why didn't she just face the window and use natural light? Guess what I'm using? A window. Natural light. You can see it in my glasses. Look, I've got a little ring light there to give me a bit of colour. At the end of the day, the ring light, I can either give myself too much colour, which kind of makes me look a little bit wow. I can use daylight, which is nice, or I can use a nice little bit of an orange tinge to give myself a bit of colour and highlight my lovely ginger locks, which I obviously have had shaved off. But yeah, so it doesn't have to be complicated. That's the point. It's very simple. At the end of the day, what we need is a good, stable shot. What we don't want is a shaky shot. So if I bang my desk because everything's on there, if you've got a video which is doing this, then, it doesn't look as good. You can't go holding your phone and trying to get a testimonial from a client when you're shaking, etc. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we have a steady shot. Now I've got a miniature one here, a little tripod. How cool is that? Now this is a small desktop tripod, and I'm using this obviously for demonstration purposes because, quite simply, I don't want to get a big huge tripod out. I've got a big huge tripod behind with a light on it. But tripods are very simple. They're called tripods because they've got 3 legs. Hey, here's an egg and a list of instructions about to suck it. So basically we have an uppy-downy bit. We have a lefty-righty bit, if you can see that very well. Lefty-righty bit, and we have what they call the landing plate, which is this bit that you can screw your phone to. But you can't screw your phone directly onto that. That would be silly. What you can do, quite simply, is you can buy a clamp. Okay? So the clamp, as you can see, is perfect because the phone goes in between the 2 springy bits, like so. Okay? And you can, screw that very quickly onto your landing plate. I should have worn a white top, shouldn't I? And then you can tighten it with, if you've got, well, a penny coin. By the way, Mick, I've still got your 1p from the other day when we were filming with Harry. Sorry about that. So basically, we have our tripod and our clamp. Okay? Then, all we need to do is we take our mobile phone. If we are filming a selfie and we're on our own, what you do is you put it into the clamp so the handle is facing you and you can see where you're adjusting your frame. If you're filming somebody else, then you'd put it in the same way, but basically at the end of the day, what you'd do is you'd be able to see them and do the uppy downy bit. I forgot that. I was in a different mode. Anyway, so essentially we've got our phone on our tripod. Now, one of the most important things when we're videoing is audio. And a lot of people forget and they just go with the onboard audio on the phone, which is not brilliant, because what it does is it picks up everything around you. So all you need is a microphone. Now, you will notice at the bottom it's scrolling and it says that we have a free downloadable equipment guide, a list that you can go and get and basically see all of the equipment and links to it for you to purchase. It's free. We give it away. We're happy to give it away. We love helping people to create content. And this is a very standard lavalier microphone that you can plug into your phone and then you can clip it to your shirt, whatever. And it's got a 5-meter lead. So you could, if you were doing a standing video, obviously I'm sat down, I'm at the desk on the webcam. But if you're doing a standing video, then essentially you can be a good distance away from the actual camera, and you can do the or from your phone, and you can do the video at a distance and get a lot more of yourself in, etc. They're very simple. As you can see, it has a clip. You can clip it to your shirt. If you're gonna clip it to your shirt, try and wear a V-neck or something when you're doing it rather than a jumper. I'm only wearing a jumper because it's gone cold. When you're putting it on, you need to go underneath the clothing. Essentially, I always recommend grab hold of it in your hand like this, yeah, and then go up your top like that, right? Because this little fluffy bit, okay, comes off, right? And this, it got away from me. This little fluffy bit stays in here somewhere. And it's a real bugger to try and find once it's come off. So what you need to do is just grab hold of it in your hand and basically shove it up your jumper. Now, when it does come off and get lost, you won't find it until you go to bed and you're getting ready for bed and you take your clothes off and you go, oh, there it is. Yeah. So then once you've got it through, then what you could do is you can clip it onto your clothing, roughly a distance away from your mouth. You don't want to be too close, yeah. And as I say, a V-neck is better than a jumper because I've had to clip it slightly down, probably a bit too low, but anyway, you get the point. You'll know if it's too close to your mouth because when you play back your videos, then essentially what you'll hear is and loads of distortion and stuff. Then this piece goes into our phone. Now, this is where it gets fun. I have an S10 Samsung. Samsung phones are better. I prefer Samsung phones to iPhones. iPhones, boo hiss. Okay? iPhones are a pain. So, the Samsung S10 has still got the audio port. They took the audio port away on most phones after about so many versions, and they went, oh, we'll do it all through the micro USB with Samsungs, for example, but lightning ports on iPhones. iPhones are an absolute pain in the backside because, quite simply, iPhones, they have their own way of doing stuff, shall we say. They're not VHS, they're more Betamax. Okay? And, although they didn't die like Betamax. And anyway, you get what I mean. They're not the same as everybody else, they're just different. So you have to get adapters. Now, a lot of adapters don't work with the iPhone with a standard audio input like so. You have to get one which is specific to a lightning port. Now, if you download our equipment guide, you will see one that is specifically for iPhone 8 and above. Okay? And that took us a very long time to research. Trust me. Thank you, Apple. You make things so simple. Anyway, so once we've got our phone in our camp, in our tripod, with our microphone plugged in, we can start making good quality, stable content. But I hear you say, I don't hear you say because I haven't got the chat thing up. So even if you are chatting to me, I'm sorry I can't see what you're saying. But I hear you say, what about if I want to do videos out and about? Well, you can do videos out and about. There's nothing stopping you. Because, excuse me, because you can basically take a selfie stick. Now, different types of selfie stick. Most of them are pretty much the same. They all have the uppy down a bit like so, and they all extend, and they all, usually nowadays, they all have the Bluetooth connection as well. So this selfie stick has a light on it. Okay, well, let me just, there we are. There's a light on it with different tones and different colours and stuff like that. Yep. So if you are in a little bit of a shaded, secluded area type thing, then you could do it. There is times when these come in handy. Yeah. And for example, I went to visit Sammy Lovett from Lovett Design. And while I was there, I carry this and my microphone with me. So while I was there, I said, hey, Sammy, do us a favour. Would you give us a testimonial, please? Because we've done work with Sammy. We did work for one of her workshops that she does. And she said, sure, I'd love to. So one of the good things about this is that it actually turns into a tripod. Isn't that cool? So what I did was I put my phone in to my selfie stick like so. Okay. I put it on a desk. I plugged my microphone in. I put the microphone on Sammy. And I lined it all up. I framed it. I did everything I needed to do. And then I said, right, do me a favour. Just talk about what we did for you, how it was productive, how it helped, and, you know, would you recommend us? So we did that a couple of run-throughs, and we edited it. And basically you can see the testimonial on our website and on our YouTube channel. And it was really that simple. And essentially, you can do the same. If you know what you're doing, you know how to do the lighting and the framing and all the rest of it, and you've got your selfie stick in your pocket, what's stopping you from getting testimonials from clients instead of this kind of thing where you're trying to hold the phone? Yeah. Another thing I use the selfie stick for is the film festival that we run. I do videos. My audience for the film festival are completely different to my audience for the video marketing. So essentially, I take the dog for a walk and I do a bit of a video about what we're doing with the festival, this, that and the other. Now, because I'm walking and I'm with the dog, people will understand, oh, he's walking and it's bound to be a little bit shaky. Now, some people like to use a gimbal to keep it a little bit more steady. I personally struggle with a gimbal. I don't think they like me. I think that some technology just doesn't like you, and in this case, gimbals, they just don't like me. They tend to do their own things. Mick's good with a gimbal. We were using the gimbal for a project that we're doing with a property redevelopment, and he was whizzing around with it. I hold on to it, and it just goes. all over the place. But yes, essentially, it doesn't cost a fortune either. You can be up and running in absolutely no time. If you got Amazon Prime, it'll be the next day. And then there's nothing stopping you from starting to create good quality, effective video content for your business. So on that note, I think my 15-minute talk is nearly over. On that note, what I will say is, if you would like to find out more about video, then go to our website, visit clockworkguy.co.uk/courses, and you will basically find we have video marketing courses where you can create video content for your business. We got one of them starting on the 31st of May. That's 4 modules over 4 weeks, and each module is 2 hours long. And basically, we're running from 9:30 to 11:30 on a Tuesday, 31st of May, 7th of June, 14th of June, 21st of June. That one will run. We have YouTube for Business. I've got one coming up on the 23rd of May, and I've got a joint one coming up on the 13th of June with Merwin from Sayers Marketing. We have a free, and I'm saying I'm a lot there. Chris told me about this. Sorry, Chris. We have a free video marketing Q&A session on the first Wednesday of every month. And that starts at 4 o'clock. It runs for an hour. You can sign up to it. You can ask us anything you want to ask us. We'll sit with you for an hour and we'll go through everything. We always do a little bit of a presentation, recent developments in things like the way social media accepts video, the way YouTube are changing things and stuff like that. YouTube recently made a change at the beginning of this week, which was that you can now clip stuff out of YouTube videos and share them on your social media, etc. So yeah, so we've got loads of things that we're doing, loads of things that we're putting together, and we also have up and coming, starting on the 1st of June, we are starting our Video Creators Club. It'll be a club that you can join where you will have access to us to talk through projects and stuff like that, get advice from us, even editing advice if you want it. You'll have access to a library of content, video tutorials, downloadables. There will be a monthly strategy meeting where we will get everybody together and say, right, what are you going to do now? So if you're thinking and you're procrastinating and you're not doing stuff, then as part of our club, you will be put to task. And also our monthly newsletter, which will inform you of recent updates, the way that video's working. It'll have how-tos and things like that. So yeah, it's really all coming together. We're really happy, excited about what we've got coming forward. And essentially, if you'd like to find out any more about video, using video, then feel free to get in touch and ask us. Download the guide. clockworkguy.co.uk/free-equipment-list. Download the guide, get the equipment, and start. The only thing that's stopping you is you. I think that's it for now. Right, I'm going to go have my lunch. Oh, if you like quizzes, now I do a networking group as well, which is called 1 Hour Networking. If you like quizzes, we do a monthly quiz. Now this month, it's sport. So nobody has signed up to come to Netopia, the online platform, to do the quiz. So I'm going to stream it live at 1 o'clock today. So at 1 o'clock today, I'm going to stream the quiz live. And if you fancy a bit of a quiz, you like a bit of fun, then tune in and see how good you are at sport. I was awful. Gareth Bottomley, he wrote the quiz and I think I got like 1, but there we are. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.